Mic check, mic check.
Wow.
Did you guys
Hi,
know?
it's Tony and Chelsea
Whoa.
live.
Actually,
We caught off guard because it's not like
Chelsea
we didn't have
and
any warning.
husband live. Woo!
Totally blew that joke, didn't I?
Yeah, you ruined it. But this episode is brought to you by Squarespace. And I bet you're not surprised about that. Squarespace is the easiest way to create a beautiful website, blog, or online store for you and your ideas. Squarespace features an elegant interface, beautiful templates, and incredible 24/7 customer support. So try Squarespace at squarespace.com. You can get 14 days for free, no credit card required. And if you like it, you can go to squarespace.com/Tony and use the coupon code PHOTONEWS for 10% off your entire purchase.
And as far as you know, Chelsea has all that memorized.
I don't know why you gotta blow my spot, blow my joke.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Squarespace, for being our sponsor. You make awesome websites, including both of our portfolios. Oh, I have a name tag today. We're also reviewing a couple of portfolios today, so if you host your portfolio on Squarespace already, go to sdp.io/link, send it to us, and we'll just pick a couple random ones and review them live throughout the show. You have to be watching live.
I'm not doing that.
I alone will be reviewing portfolios. There are a few different ways you can communicate with us. One is on Twitter. Write something with the hashtag TCLive and make it entertaining. And Justin, our producer, if he likes it, we'll throw it up on the screen. The other way is with our screener, who is live on webcam from Philadelphia.
That's your bomb.
All the way from Philadelphia.
What? Guys, I'm here.
Okay, she's right here in the studio. That's why we don't have to wear earpieces today.
I know, it's freeing.
Isn't it
Siobhan
nice?
is listening to your comments, reading them, and
Not.
hating many of you, but if she likes you, she might speak up and just read a comment to us.
She has great hair too.
She does. Look at that hair.
Aw, thanks, guys. I washed it.
She washed it all by herself. This week, we're reviewing your macro pictures. You can send them in at sdp.io/submit. Macro.
What's a macro photo, Chelsea?
Macaroni and cheese.
No.
Something like that.
Macro photos are close-up photos where you get really close.
I like that I complain that people don't ask me serious questions, and then that's how I respond.
Like a picture of a spider. I bet. I think we should, every time you see a flower picture, you got to take a shot.
I don't have shots.
Okay.
We would all
Well, maybe
die.
people in the audience.
Next week, comps. Like, combining two pictures. Like that bird wasn't really there, which you could probably tell. But,
Comps are like composites. Yeah.
yeah. So,
I did a video about layers of mass in Photoshop where I put
Yeah,
a
you
moon
did.
in a picture. So that's type of a composite. She stuck a bird on her shoulder.
put a bird on it.
Well, yeah, so get that ready for next week. You have to be watching the show live. People always ask, I'm not going to watch the show live, so how can I submit my picture? You just can't. You just have to tune in live. We get more than enough submissions during the live show, so we don't, sorry if it doesn't work with your schedule. That's just how it works.
Here's a little news. The White House changed their no photo or social media allowed policy, and now you can take pictures as of July 1st. So, yeah. We are actually going to DC soon, and we requested to visit the White House, but you have to request it early through your congressman, and then you have to wait to hear back. And we haven't heard back yet, so I thought maybe you guys could help us out. And you could go to the White House Twitter page at White House and tell them, let Tony and Chelsea in. They deserve to be there.
This makes me a little nervous.
Why?
I didn't make a slide for it. I want to say we have a fun thing today.
What?
We haven't done it before. A real-time, it's like a game show. It's like a quiz that you will take in real time, a photography quiz with photography questions, and whoever gets through it first will get free stuff. We'll give you an everything bundle. And you know what? Maybe
Why?
we should throw in something from our bin of stuff we didn't like.
Well, I wouldn't call it the bin of stuff we don't like, but okay.
We
I'm gonna just dial it. You are nervous about this because you think that Barry and I are gonna hit it off? Is that what's happening?
I don't know. I'm nervous about it because of the scrutiny that the Secret Service puts all people who communicate through the White House through.
I'm not a felon. I've
No,
never
I'm not a
committed
felon either.
crime.
You don't have to be a felon. They just take. I just don't know what our audience is going to say about us to the White House.
Well, they're
So
going to say, these people are great. And then the White House is going to look at me and be like, that's a great gal.
Please
So-
be nice. You communicate to the White House about us.
They're on Twitter. I'm sure they can
I think
handle
on
it.
appearance alone, they would not want me there.
Why?
Because I have a riot tattooed on my knuckles. I
Yeah.
just look like a person who wants to cause trouble in the White House.
No, you don't. You're a sweetie pie with wonderful hair. You shut your mouth. I'm getting to the White House.
You can leave me outside. It's fine.
Okay.
You don't know it, but Obama has riot tattooed around his nipple. It's just he usually wears a shirt, so you never see it.
I've heard about it.
Little
So
known fact.
attractive.
He'll show it to you if you show him your knuckles.
He'll be like, you too?
I will. So you're telling me I should walk up to the president with my fist out? Is
No.
that a good idea?
He does a fist bump thing.
Oh,
He can be
yeah.
like, show me that nip, and he'll bust it right out.
Show
Oh
me
my
that
gosh.
nip. Her only words to the president.
He'll know. Her only words before she hits the ground.
Before she hits the ground.
I would be an American hero.
Okay.
You should tell the story about when we were in Brussels and we stayed at the hotel next to where
We
Obama
stayed
happened to be
across the
staying.
street where the president happened to be staying, and the streets were flooded with Secret Service.
It was a nightmare. We had to just leave the city. We just took the train to Paris because Brussels was
Oh.
unbearable.
Poor us. We had to
I
take the
know.
train to Paris. It was a real hardship
Complaints.
for the Northrops.
But seriously, you could not do anything. Everything was shut down. All the parking lots were closed. We couldn't stick our car anywhere
I
reasonable.
know. I called him. I was like, Barry, could you hold off? I'm on vacation. And he was
Seriously,
like, this is how it's got to be.
and suddenly
that pretty good?
the doorman at our hotel was about like 285 pounds.
Clearly
had
American.
a buzz cut, a strong
corn-fed
American accent. He had a
bodybuilder
earpiece
with a German Shepherd.
and had a whole lot of questions for us, and yet was just a casual doorman who just wanted to know exactly why we were in town.
Yeah, he's like, why are you in town? You ever killed somebody?
No, I'm just a doorman for this
Presidential?
hotel. Yeah, I'm just a regular doorman.
Yeah.
And you'd see like just a regular dog walker, except yeah, he'd be like 6% body fat and 325 pounds.
Yeah.
And the dog he was walking would be like a German Shepherd and one of those full
You know
harnesses.
what's weird to me? Authority figures always make you so nervous, but you never do anything wrong.
I spent many, many years doing security stuff. I have a
what
great
does this
deal of
mean?
insight into the inner workings. I just know a lot of horror stories. I know things go wrong. I know they pull the wrong people aside and spend days grilling them and stuff. So I just try to
Grilling
stay
them
out of their
shrimp
way.
on the Barbie.
I respect what they're doing, and I don't want to send off. I don't want to be their false alarm. That's what it is.
Wow.
We have a couple of quizzes
You
today.
live in fear.
What's your macro photography technique? Go to sdp.io/poll18. It's just a little, just whether you use extension tubes or diopters or whatever. Let's get to the quiz in just a little bit. We have a quiz. It's going to be fun.
No, it's not.
Sean, have we
It's
had
okay.
any macro pictures come in yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lots.
Here's the first one. It's a flower picture, and this is actually beautiful.
Do you know what kind of flower that is?
No, I have no idea.
Echinacea,
Wow.
I think.
You said it like it was true, so just go with it.
The only suggestion I have is it ended up a little bit noisy. Part of that is because there are so many prime colors in it, like the greens and the reds. But part of it is your ISO is a little bit high, 360 and 1/500th of a second. You could have shot at ISO 100 and gotten that shutter speed down to, whatever 150th.
It's possible that
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 would've been
flower
okay.
was moving a lot.
Yeah, it can be difficult on a windy day, but I love the rule of thirds composition. I love the water droplets in there. It's a great way to start it out. I'm giving it 5 stars. And I'll go
Siobhan,
back and import some more pictures.
What is my phone doing? It says something.
Storage almost full.
Oh, crap.
Oh, you're always filling that thing up. We're periscoping now, right?
Yeah,
Except, are we?
I don't know.
we don't know.
Follow Chelsea on Periscope. Sometimes we Periscope before the live show. Periscope is a live streaming app with mobile phones, so you can
Is
just see
it really fun to do
pre-show.
when you're just saying the same thing as the YouTube show, but without me and Justin?
Yeah,
The answer is no.
we had to cut you guys out of it.
Yeah, it's just got way worse sound and video quality.
I'll give you guys exclusive.
exclusive.
Behind the scenes.
Exclusive. Tony, is this a fly or a bee?
It's clearly a bee. It's yellow and black. That means it's a bee.
Wrong. It's a fly.
You're such a ball buster.
I
you
know. It's how I live my life.
that? Beautiful picture. I think your settings are right on. You had to use ISO 1600 because you just didn't have enough light.
But I think the eyeball looks beautiful. I'm going to take control here and zoom in a little.
Yeah, it actually ended up really clean. Take it with a 5D, like the original 5D. I just looked at some of my favorite macro pictures taken with the original 5D. Little bits of sensor dust there that you can go in and manually clean up, but also just a beautiful
Yeah,
picture.
that's a nice picture. Wow. Wow.
Another
wow,
great
wow,
picture of the
wow.
bee. Their eyes are so crazy, aren't they? Wait, that's taken with the same camera.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of bubbles,
Uh-oh.
guys.
I
can
don't
never
believe there are
tell.
that many people using 5Ds. Okay. Here's a
I'm
D8. He
calling.
caught the bee in flight.
How? I'll never know.
Yeah, and is in focus. So that's pretty amazing. I would say this would be a great candidate for a comp. Take a picture of a flower, comp it in there, because it would just be so much more compelling if you had a flower too. So send that in next week as a comp.
Okay.
Nice picture. The greens, solid colors are tough for noise.
I have a video on that.
Yeah, so you want to do some noise reduction on it. The Bear filter has every pixel in your camera only picks up red, green, or blue, one of those. So if something's white, all of the pixels will pick it up, because white gives off
Every color.
photons from
Yeah.
every frequency. But if something's green, only half the pixels will pick it up. So it's like instead of being at ISO 400, it's like being at ISO 800. So that's why you always see extra noise in primary colors. If it's red or blue, only picks up 1/4 of the light. Nice shot. Upside down water drop.
Yeah. I'm going to raise it. I'm going to
I feel like this would be more compelling if they did something with the reflections in the background. So there's a lot of opportunity here. Like if you took, it's almost Independence Day, you could take a big American flag and then the droplet would pick that up. Well, yeah, even just putting in some blue like that, even just changing the color temperature makes it pretty exciting.
Better.
More exciting?
Tony, you're a loose cannon.
What are you drinking over there, Siobhan?
Same thing as Chelsea, Pimm's, and ginger ale. Some lime. I have lots of questions if you guys want any.
Yeah, jump in.
Ask
They
me.
started early this week.
Wow.
Finn had 2 questions. He wants to know if shooting RAW uses more battery than JPEG, I assume.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't
It's
know.
probably not enough to notice.
Right. Somebody said they didn't think so because it doesn't have to process anything the way it makes a change with JPEG.
I mean, it probably still processes it because it shows you it on the back of the camera and such,
Makes sense.
but I don't know. Some of the big
Also-
battery consumers.
He wants to know if you've used the Sigma 50 to 150 f2.8 lens and what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I have used it, and it's a good lens. It's not like the sturdiest lens. It's something we suggest as an alternative to the 70 to 200s because it's actually designed for APS-C cameras. Therefore, it tends to be both sharper and less expensive. Unfortunately, Sigma doesn't manufacture it anymore. There's 2 versions, the non-OS and the OS version. And the non-OS one isn't great, but the newer OS one is better. But you have to like find it used pretty much, like check eBay.
Cool. Good. All good, guys. All good.
Housefly picture.
Oh.
One of the most interesting things about macro photography is how shallow the depth of field gets. You don't even need like a small f-stop. It's at f5. But as you get closer and closer, the depth of field gets shallower. Not everybody knows this, but depth of field is a factor of 2 things only. It's your f-stop number and the magnification of your subject. Otherwise, it stays the same, regardless of your focal length. What are you laughing at?
Just because every time you say a lot of people know this, like I read the angriest comments, so it just made me laugh just imagining. But yeah.
Anyway, so it is about magnification, and the magnification of this fly is going to be pretty close to 1:1. So it's like a really high level of magnification. That's why you get that super shallow depth of field.
Cool. I just brightened it up a little.
Yeah, that looks much better.
Brightening by Chelsea Northrup.
This is almost like a still life photo. Like it looks carefully planned and composed.
What? Really?
You don't think so? I don't know. It struck me as beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Just checking that histogram, brighten it up a little bit. No, don't want to overdo it too much. Don't wanna lose too much of those reds and yellows.
You don't want to crop? Isn't brightening kind of my thing?
Sorry to step on your toes
You
there.
did.
Lots of bees today, and I feel like I love the off-center row of thirds composition, and the very simple white flower is pretty. But I think it might even be better if it was just one fly, or if we had a better view of the fly on the left's eye.
These are bees.
Yes.
You are so confused.
Did I call them flies?
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't even believe it. Of course.
You know what? This is payback for your little fly bee test that you gave me last week.
I can't believe we're still going on about it.
This is
Chelsea
like,
never forgets.
I'm like an elephant.
An elephant that holds a grudge.
It sounds like a children's book, The Grudgy Little Elephant. I really like this picture. I just want to,
Oh, I like it a little bit warm.
yeah. Something about it reminds me of a wedding photo, all of the soft whites.
Yeah, I see that.
This is cool.
Yeah, this photo is about lines, geometry even.
Yes, just corner to corner, that main line.
That's one of my favorite things about macro photography is it makes you kind of study the world that you don't normally see, things that are smaller than yourself. So just the fact that we can see this as a still photo lets us kind of explore the biology of a plant.
Ooh.
Look, it's got little hairs. You probably never would have been aware of that, little like spines to it, and you can see the cellular structure. I love that kind of thing.
That's
And
beautiful.
and zoom back, it's an artistic photo.
It is.
Whoa. But I think, didn't we see, oh no, I thought we saw the same picture twice. Okay.
Is this macro? It's not really.
Yeah, it's borderline, but it's okay. It's a pretty picture, and I love the flower as the overall composition. The lighting here
change
is
the
really
crop.
beautiful. It looks like it was taken with off-camera flash, right? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Oh, I liked it wider. I did. I like seeing the shape of the flower against the green background.
I like the colors.
Yeah, the colors are beautiful.
Whoa.
That's a cool picture, but it didn't turn out especially sharp. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's just been overcropped, and I think there might be a little bit of motion blur in there or camera shake. It looks a little shaky to me.
Yeah, but I like the idea.
Yeah, I like the idea too.
Wow.
Ooh, this is genuinely a creepy spider.
That's cool. I love the light on the web and the colors and how the light is shining through the legs. Very good.
Yeah, I'm interested in the lighting on this one too because
I like the processing too. This
it
cool,
might have been done with an
it's
off-camera
almost like
flash.
spot color, but maybe done well with this cool, almost black and white looking background, and then the spider looks bright. 5 stars and a pick.
Yeah, that's a fantastic picture.
Thank you.
If people don't know how to do macro photography, we don't have a lot of videos or any videos on YouTube about it, but we have an entire chapter in Stunning Digital Photography about it. It's a technically very challenging activity, but it's chapter 12, I think.
sure
so
we
check
don't
out
have any on
Stunning
YouTube?
Digital Photography.
We might.
I don't think so. I think
No?
it's all just in the book. One of those things they have to shell out the $9.99 for it.
Oh boy.
Just Google Stunning Digital Photography, you'll find it. Yeah, this picture might actually be a little bit bright. I actually really like it when you're holding down the Alt key. That was a cool effect, don't you think? That as a picture is pretty cool.
That's very scary.
Yeah, it is pretty scary.
I like it.
Spiders are creeps.
Spiders. This is beautiful, but they are missing part of the histogram here, so I'm going to raise them up like Josh Groban would do. Siobhan loves Josh Groban jokes.
That's a okay. I thought you were gonna say I love Josh Groban, and I was gonna say that is a bold-faced lie.
Yeah, brightening up was good.
I'm all about sharpening and brightening today. Look at that.
Nicely done.
I'm going to give that 5 stars.
Let's.
Whoa. This is so good.
We'll come back to that. Let's
Why?
jump over. Okay, go ahead.
It's
Do-
gorgeous.
it is
There's not
gorgeous.
much to say about it. This is great.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I wouldn't change a thing. It looks like it's made out of metal.
Yeah, it turned out to be a cool picture. Let's do our quiz.
Tony's ultimate real-time unfair open book photography quiz maze race.
Right.
I took the quiz, as did Justin and Siobhan, and it was confusing, difficult,
And would you say unfair?
extremely unfair,
Yes.
Infuriating.
infuriating.
Yeah. Now, I might even add unfun in there. But if you feel like taking our trivia quiz, there are prizes to be had. It's a quiz maze race because the first person to finish it, you'll get a coupon code to buy something on our store.
But also it's a maze because if you get...
Well,
Okay, fine. I'm just saying,
Don't give
maybe
away-
take a drink before you do this.
yeah, it's open book. So
I've-
you can Google stuff. You can go forward or back through it, whatever you need to do. Just get to the end of it and get your coupon code and get your prize. We'll throw something cool in there. We'll probably sign your stuff. We'll make it fun for you if you happen to win the everything bundle. And you'll get bragging rights to everybody in the comments that you're the smartest person there. Maybe the smartest person in the world. Go to sdp.io and that URL,
God, I'm accidentally showing.
and you can start the quiz. We will continue on reading the news and such. While you go at it, I'll move out of the way so you can see the URL. Go there. You can listen to us talk in the background. Good luck. May the odds be forever in your favor. A little bit of photo news.
Wow, these lenses are very expensive and large.
And I want them. These are the big Nikons, the big like Nikon wildlife and sports lenses. The 500 and 600 f4. They're about the same size and weight as the Canon, so it's not like they did any great science. Just they're new and they're cool,
Cool.
expensive. I just wanted to briefly update. Thank you. Last week I mentioned that Nikon wouldn't repair my 70-200. People suggested I send it to KEH, so that was my first stop. Hopefully KEH can do it. But I'll say I sent it to them last week, and they have an unusual repair process where you just print out a form and send it to them, and they don't communicate with you in any way. So the post office says they delivered it, but I have not heard anything.
Okay.
I'll keep you posted, and we'll see how KEH does.
What's this?
This is just bragging rights because
Cool.
there was a Time article that included me.
6 secrets for photographing fireworks with your phone.
Yeah, they're getting a little BuzzFeedy here with the secret tricks, but it's
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 cool.
got some good
guys.
smartphone fireworks things, and they talked to me, so that's why I wanted to put that in there. Oh, no. Why did they sign me out? Oh boy. Don't show my hands, Justin. People freak out. They think I'm going to get hacked.
I'll sing over you so they can't even hear you.
Oh,
touch.
right. People are going to record it and figure out the keystroke sounds, the acoustics of it.
They'd be so disappointed if they did all that work.
I really would.
We should look at a portfolio. We're going to look at a Squarespace portfolio. If you feel like getting your own, you can go to squarespace.com/Tony. And if you decide to sign up after your 14-day free trial, use the coupon code PHOTONEWS
Yes.
for 10% off.
It starts at only $8 a month.
What a bargain.
Holy shamoly. They have 24/7 support. How do they do it?
Will somebody do everyone a favor and okay, guys, to submit a picture, it's sdp.io/submit. To submit a portfolio, it's sdp.io/link.
Yeah, because you give us a link to your portfolio.
What is the one for the quiz? Because apparently everyone missed it.
Oh, they missed it. Okay, I'll go back.
We can do that. We can do that.
This is the link for the quiz here. Just type this easy to type URL.
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous.
TUOBPQR.
Well, it's the initials
Oh my god.
from this.
TURTUOBPQR. You are torturing people, Tony.
What do you
Martha.
want this to be easy?
We're
Not
never.
It's not
only
Who
is the
Wants to Be
quiz
a
unfair,
Millionaire.
but getting to the quiz is near impossible.
How are we ever going to get in the White House if you keep up this behavior?
Nobody's gonna vouch for us at this rate.
This quiz is for the winners. You have to thin the herd a little bit.
I need to meet Barry.
Has anybody won yet? There's a special code they put into the comment section so they can brag about it.
Somebody said that they got to the code, but then they closed it by accident. and-
Oh.
Did they really? Wow.
Yes.
I don't believe them.
So they're not a winner, obviously.
Yeah, they are a loser.
Get it together.
What is this? Some kind of cool Hanson?
Oh god.
There's a bit of forced perspective here that's making this guy's foot be really big.
Why would you ever put people shoeless in a picture like that?
But it's still a cool photo.
It is.
I
It's a
might
good
just
photo.
like remove that person's foot or something.
No, don't do that.
Event photography. I like the grain here. I love the storytelling. Beautiful
Ooh.
landscape photo. photo.
Oh,
That's really
so
interesting.
cute.
Yeah, I like the lightning bolt over him too. It kind of like draws your attention back
He
down.
reminds me of a little kid in an old body.
Yeah,
It's cute.
maybe he's got Benjamin Button's disease. Why do you always bring that up?
You brought it up.
He brings it up almost
true.
every day. Wow,
I
this
love that
person
picture.
has a good life. They're just around bubbles and adult children and cool Hanson all day.
Adult children. Which one you feel like here, Chels?
Dancing.
Dancing. Yeah, that's not a category we often see in somebody's portfolio. This
Oh,
portfolio
this is
hosted
like
by Squarespace.
Dancing with the Stars. Oh my God.
Yeah, this isn't the hip hop dancing.
Hey,
I'm
that kid
currently
looks like
studying.
Erky.
Oh my God, it's
That kid looks
young
just like
Erky.
Oh my gosh. Screenshot that. Erky, where are you at?
He's here today.
Erky. Holy shamoly. I give this person 10 stars for baby Erky. These are great pictures.
yeah. These are all great. Our whole point here is to provide useful feedback, but so far
I
everything's
mean,
been.
when we're just
just great.
watching, you know.
I normally say pare down the categories a little bit, but I don't know.
These are interesting categories. Look at
I
that.
love this picture.
Me too.
I just love that picture.
It's such a little slice of life, right?
Yeah, it's so fun.
I feel like everybody did that as a kid too. What's it called when you have two different color dyes? Hydrochromia or something?
I don't know, but I love it.
Yeah. I would hesitate to call that street photography. It looks more like
Looks staged to me.
night photography, light painting, but I love the wide angle there. Wide angle exaggerates perspective and was used really effectively
Wow,
there.
that's a very cool picture.
It is, with a thumbs up. Yeah, the thumbs up is what makes it there.
tells the story. He's like, yep, we
Great
burnt
job.
it. We did it.
Speaking of burning stuff,
Wow.
again, if that's street photography, that's like if you're just walking down the street and you happen to see that, I guess
What is she doing?
it seems like a dude with a beard in a robe.
Blowtorching
No.
ants?
Oh.
I've done that.
What?
What?
Don't tell people that.
She's evil.
Everybody's done it with a magnifying glass, but somehow
I have not.
That's not actually a blowtorch.
I like all of God's creatures.
Don't judge me.
Too late. Oh, whoa. Where does this person live? There's ladies blowtorching things and just
Tiny
happy, beautiful
Erkies.
people everywhere. Oh my gosh, Mario was there?
kids with mustaches.
Is
You know that
Josh
kid?
Groban? What?
You know that kid?
Yeah,
Mario.
it's Mario.
Everybody knows him
Oh
but
my
me, I
gosh,
guess.
just cool as heck on the floor, like doesn't even care at all.
I feel like he's in Germany.
Where is he? He's not in Germany. Wait, maybe he is in
They
Germany.
don't smile that much.
Let's
Okay,
look
we're
at
gonna
the
find
about.
out where he is.
Anyone want to guess?
Sweden. Okay.
Oh, Sweden.
Pretty close. I mean,
That's where Erky.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
that's where Erky's
that's
from.
Erky's baby.
He said he is bald. How could you get that wrong?
Oh my gosh, we have Erky's biggest secret. His
He was
secret.
once a baby with hair.
I guess Erky's gone bald since we last saw him.
Okay, so that was a great portfolio. I don't know.
Yeah,
It looked good.
that was a great portfolio.
I liked your picture of yourself in your about section too. That was cool.
Do we have any feedback for him? I thought it was a great portfolio. I love the layout of it. I had great control
Good
over
pictures.
it.
It was interesting. We had something
pictures,
to talk
yeah.
about. It was like a lot of storytelling. Good work. You kept us engaged.
Andrea says he tried all the alternatives. This is about Squarespace, but Squarespace is by far the most easy, and
Right?
the end result is great. I really like the metrics tab, which gives great insight.
Yes.
He used the coupon code, or he used the code Tony. So thanks. I don't know that Tony is a valid coupon code.
Oh man.
You want to use like Photo News.
There's some Tony out there getting all the credit.
Go to squarespace.com/Tony, and if you sign up, use the coupon code Photo News. But he probably got it right. Thank you for that. This just popped up, so let's take a look at Aaron McDonald's portfolio. Okay, so this seems to be
Oh.
mostly wildlife stuff. Very cute duck. Let's see what he has. Oh, landscape. That's a beautiful picture. I love the contrast there. Nice reflection.
Ooh, I like that one.
Let's see what's we got in the galleries.
Ooh, gallery. Ooh, ooh.
Oh, details and macro. Perfect.
Wow. What is this?
I don't know.
Spook? It's
Yeah, but just because it's so close up, you see a different level of texture, and it's really compelling. Little dragonfly.
looks like a dancer.
Beautiful colors. Again, abstract. I'm guessing like the surface of a cactus, maybe?
I don't know. That one made me feel a little uncomfortable.
Great flower. Let's see what else we got. Wildlife.
Oh. I sense a bird nerd.
Yeah, some of these I would crop down a little bit.
That's a little dark.
I feel like this portfolio needs a bit of pairing.
Yeah, you have some great shots. So, like this one, you can't see the bird's face, so I get rid of that one.
Yeah, I would pull this one out. And I think at this point, what I would do is instead of breaking it down into different categories,
A best
would-
of.
take your best of each of the different 4 categories, present it as soon as the person lands there. You kind of do that already with your welcome page, but I guess at this point it'd be okay just to remove the individual galleries.
Yeah.
He has a store.
Oh, that's
Every
nice.
store, every Squarespace site comes with
Comes
a
with
free
a free
store, and they hook you up with this whole payment system, so you don't have to deal with credit cards. They deal with it for you,
They have
and then just give
inventory,
you the
too.
money. Yeah, they take care of the inventory.
Had some T-shirts left over, so I put them on mine, and I've been selling some T-shirts on there. We just have a few left, but it's been really simple to get your payments, and they tell you how much inventory you have left, so you're not trying to sell things that don't exist. It works really well.
You might even, Aaron did not use the Squarespace store for some reason. He linked out to a different store, and that's probably just easier. But I will say you'll get more sales if you actually use the store on the site.
Yeah.
Like e-commerce is one of those things where every single click you make somebody go through, you just lose some portion
That's
of the
why
sales.
Amazon patented the one-click shopping.
Yeah. Your about page, I would love to see a picture of you there.
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. It was just coming up.
Oh, my goodness.
Still not a picture of
He's
you,
a
though.
stony
I
path.
do like that picture, but yeah, put a picture of yourself there. It helps put a face to a name. We did see your picture there. There's Aaron.
Okay.
So, Aaron, thank you for
Thank you,
submitting your
Aaron.
portfolio. Aaron says, love Squarespace, super easy to use and well worth the time invested. We could pop back and look at some more macro pictures.
Let's
unless
look at
you
some more
wanna-
slides.
Slides, it is.
Did anyone finish our quiz?
Yes.
Oh, somebody won. Who was it?
I don't know, but Kyle got it and got the coupon code, but it was already redeemed. So that means somebody must have used it already, but they haven't.
Oh, nobody announced
They
in
haven't
the...
told
Well,
us.
you know what's
Oh.
difficult about that, Tony, is that sometimes in our store, someone can use the coupon code and their purchase won't go through, but then the coupon is done.
I
So
hope
if-
that's not the case.
That is probably the case. If the person tried to buy it and their credit card didn't work or something, then that's it for the coupon.
Nobody won. We're all losers.
Well,
You're all
Yes,
losers.
when you take Tony's quizzes, everybody loses.
It's a good life lesson.
Well, if it didn't go through, Kyle was the first person to speak up about it.
Yeah.
I guess Kyle gets it if it didn't go through.
Well, we'll see who tried to make the purchase, though.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure,
good.
you don't
Well,
win.
we'll
Kyle.
take care of you. If you decide to sign up for Squarespace and make your own awesome portfolio, go to squarespace.com/Tony and you get a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. If you decide to sign up, use the coupon code PHOTONEWS and you'll get 10% off.
I like that we clarified that the quiz was not fun or fair. We're like, you're going to be disappointed.
People are still telling us, though,
Oh, that it's unfair and not
It's
fun.
terrible and weird.
Terrible and
and
weird.
that they suggest that Chelsea make the next one.
We did tell him it was terrible and we
Yeah.
took it. We were like, we don't like this. And he was like, great. That's a good thing to put out in the public.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be fun for me.
Why is this fun?
I'm having a great time with it. Just tortured so many people.
I like it.
Siobhan likes it. Yeah.
You two are
see?
sadistic.
Yeah,
We
we're
are.
sadistic, mean people.
Yeah.
You can check this out at sdp.io/cpunerd, but I released this video recently where I talked about designing a computer for photo editing. One thing I didn't go into a lot of detail about was how you choose your individual processor.
Yeah.
There's a difference. So some processors have a ton of cores, which are like little processors inside your processor. But they don't run all that fast, but they like make up for it with more cores. And other processors have fewer cores, but they run faster. So this person did a very in-depth study and confirmed what I suspected, which is Lightroom specifically runs faster with the fewer cores.
Is that
but a faster
confirmation
processor.
bias?
It could be, though I've not seen any studies to the contrary. But you're right.
Have you looked
Since
them
I
up?
already agreed to it, I
Did
have
you
to.
look up studies that disagree with what I already think?
I'm putting this here because I've never seen anybody else study it.
Okay.
But right now, the fastest processor you can get for Lightroom in general seems to be the i7 4790K, which is exactly the processor I bought for our computer that I put in the studio.
Oh
that
my gosh.
I suspected.
Oh my gosh. You're totally doing the thing.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah.
I put this in there just because I thought it was funny. This guy,
What?
he has a store on the flight path to Milwaukee,
How
I
do you
think.
know? Oh, he sees planes.
Yeah, planes fly overhead. So on his roof, he wrote "Welcome to Cleveland" just to screw with people landing in Cleveland, or Milwaukee.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so it's been up there for like 20 years. So for 20 years, people have been looking out the window like, "Oh God, we're in the wrong city." I just thought that was funny.
That is funny.
We did a preview of the A7R II, and it's a camera we're all excited about. 41 megapixels, in-body image stabilization, 4K video, lots of awesome features. One thing we've been concerned about with the Sony cameras is focusing, and a few people have done some early tests on the Sony with focusing, and they've been really excited about it. I did see a recent test that showed something kind of big. One of the things we're excited about is it's supposed to focus well with adapted lenses, like Canon lenses specifically,
Oh, okay.
which would be a huge deal.
Yeah,
We
that
could
would really
use our
change, yeah.
70 to 200. But there's a problem. You have to use all focusing points with adapted lenses,
Okay.
which means you can't use like a single focusing
No,
point.
yeah.
So sometimes it focuses on the nose and sometimes it focuses on the ear. And so to me, that's like a total deal breaker. Like, what's the point if you can't control where it focuses?
As a person that's not a camera nerd, I always get so frustrated when they're like, yay, what you've been asking for. They're like, camera manufacturers are like genies. Like, you make a wish, and then they make the worst possible version of making your wish come
Yeah.
true. They're like, you
Like
get
some
to use
Twilight
whatever
Zone
lens
stuff.
you want, but no light can come in. Like, you're
Yeah.
like, no, that's not quite what I wanted, guys.
Yeah, so the adapted focusing works great. It just focuses wherever it wants, not wherever you want it to. So, not great. Amazon owns DP Review. I just learned this. Just
Uh-oh.
they own it. I didn't know that. Let's look at the poll
Cool, that
results.
was a really quick one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're moving fast today.
Wow, you.
How do you guys
What?
do macro?
What?
So it seems like most people in our audience, half of them have a macro lens, like a dedicated macro
Crop
lens.
like crazy. I saw a few of those.
Yeah, we saw some that you can tell things get a little bit less blurry or less sharp. And
It
then
doesn't get that macro effect when you crop like crazy.
some people use macro lens and extension tubes. Yeah, I agree. It's not quite the same. And this is kind of what I would recommend. Like, macro lens is definitely the best, but I'm tell most people to start with extension tubes. So that's what people are doing. I'm surprised so many people use diopters. Haven't worked too much with them. A second poll. I just wanted to find out if people are interested in this camera, because I've had several people ask me about. It's a fixed lens camera, which people sometimes call a point and shoot camera. So you can't change the lens. It's a Nikon P900. It's $600, and it's the one with the 24 to 2,000 millimeter lens.
I have some predictions about that.
What about it? Oh, that it's not going to pan out, you think?
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't want to be a pessimist.
I was not even going to, I just was going to call BS about the 2,000 millimeter lens, but you're seeing a lot of news articles lately with what looks to be pretty good pictures out of it. And I thought, if we were to do a comparison, what would I compare it against? So I went and I looked for SLR and lens combinations that I could get for $600. And it's pretty hard to put together anything even half decent for $600. So it might actually be a good deal for $600, or it might be completely terrible. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm interested in finding out what you guys think. Go to scp.io/poll900. Or not, you think we should review that.
Fu Chan.
Fu Chan is a wildlife photographer with a pretty amazing portfolio. Here are 2 links to his work. And he just captured these pictures that I thought were terribly cool of a crow landing on the back of a bald eagle and then briefly
Riding
riding him.
I think that was like a crow bet with his crow friends.
Yeah, like they had truth or dare.
Yeah, they're
and
like,
he took the
I
dare.
dare you to ride an eagle. And he was like, I got this, bro.
I've seen crows chase off eagles, but never just hop on.
Maybe they have a romantic relationship. Look at the eagle's face. You are the wind beneath my wings.
Very on the nose.
Chit chat. This is the segment where we look at your comments for some reason and then we just make fun of you or do whatever we want. Let's go. Tony, you want to read this?
Yeah, Tomas says he's on kind of a tight budget. Would you recommend the A7 II or the A7R? The A7 II. The A7R is, I think, just kind of a slow and annoying camera. But the A7 II is a much better all-around camera.
Wow.
I'm not talking about the A7R II, but the original A7R.
You're being very helpful. That's putting me off, quite frankly.
Yeah. He had one of those, sometimes you can't reply to people's comments on YouTube. And I felt like that one deserved an answer.
Eric. Yeah, he said,
Yeah.
would like to see a tutorial on retouching Sandy. My dog Obi is a bit fat, so I used the Liquify brush on him a little. Not so much that his friends can tell and therefore mock him relentlessly, but enough that he doesn't feel bad. I think that's really great advice. I'm going to have a video coming out on retouching your pets.
Yeah.
And pet makeup, which is actually like an up-and-coming trend.
Yeah,
So,
pet obesity is a serious problem, and
Mhm.
this is the solution.
pet highlights,
Proper photoshopping.
changing pet eye color.
Mhm.
These are the things people are concerned with now. I've got my finger on the pulse of what the public wants.
I almost said pet makeup, except we have a friend who paints his dog's nails.
But also, I said that, pet makeup.
Mm-hmm.
He
I wasn't
doesn't
paying
listen to
attention. I
me
was thinking
in
about what I was going to say
Real
next.
life, yeah. You're rude. I freaking love you, Northrop.
Which
Who-
one?
Yeah, who are they talking to?
I think it's like a bubble of Northrop that we all fall under. That's what I like to imagine. That's what I imagine. Matt Granger said, great overview. Nice one. And I was just like,
Thank you, Matt.
you love us, Matt Granger. And we love you, Matt Granger. Moving on. This guy said, honey, your feets are awesome. I don't like your video, but I like your feet. This is the shit I put up with. And then I put a picture of my feet just because look at how cramped up and trolly they are. They look like something that would be on a troll under a bridge. You like that? You make that comment and then you like that foot? This world.
Right now, there's a member of our troll audience, and a single tear just rolled down his face.
He's like, what's wrong with my feet?
He looked at his
What's wrong with
feet
his
sadly.
spelling?
I don't like your video, but I like your feet. That makes me want to.
Why would he have to say he didn't like the video? Like, it almost seems like he's trying to charm you or flatter you. So he's like, I don't get too big of a head about your
I don't
feet.
want
Dude,
you
he's
to-
negging you. It's a thing.
Look,
It's the worst trend.
I
Did
want
that make you attracted to him because he said he doesn't like your video,
yeah,
but he likes your
because
feet?
my video is clearly terrible, and my confidence is so low now that I have to be with him,
Yeah.
the only person that will love me for my feet. And he calls me honey, which must mean he's just a sweet guy.
Yeah, look at his picture. It's just a roller coaster of emotions, this comment. Just highs and lows and highs again.
This person just asked, what is wrong, Chelsea? What isn't wrong? Have you watched the news lately? Do you not listen to that Billy Joel song, We Didn't Start the Fire?
I don't, that end of that song was like 20 years ago. I studied that in high school, which was at least 40
Joe
years ago.
DiMaggio. Richard Nixon, roller coaster.
Yeah, you totally nailed it.
Something about roller coaster.
Siobhan, do you have any
Yes.
questions or comments for us?
Man,
How many pictures we got
I
here?
feel bad for you guys. Kyle Wolf,
Uh-oh.
what are your thoughts on editing your photos with a tablet and SD card reader as opposed to a laptop while on the go? Is the extra portability worth the compromise?
What do you think, Siobhan? Are you a tablet or a laptop person?
I don't have either of those things.
Oh, really?
I use a large desktop computer.
You just have no experience. Well, you hate the laptop that we have upstairs,
I do.
but you don't
I
have
think I
like
would prefer
you
a
don't
tablet because I'm
regularly
used
use
to
an
phones.
iPhone or anything. Yeah.
I have an Android like you do.
What about you, Justin? Laptop or tablet person? You have an iPad, right?
No, just an iPhone
Oh.
and a desktop at home with Windows
So
XP
bougie.
that I don't use. Yeah, and then work laptop.
Well, we have the
Editing must be
original.
a different beast. What's it like to edit on portable devices?
I don't know because I hate tablets so
I
much.
can't-
I just am not a tablet person.
I'm not a tablet person either, and I get a lot of pains in my arms and stuff, and laptops and tablets just make my arms burn, so I can't do it.
Yeah, and I had to write Windows 8 and Windows 8.1 inside out, and I had to get a Windows 8 tablet computer for both of those books, and then I immediately sold them because I hated the tablet so much. I do not like that form factor. I much prefer a laptop. So I don't know. I know most of the world seems to like tablets, but I hate that format. I like being able to put it on my lap and use a keyboard and
So a lot of people have the built-in.
Depends on like how technical the thing you're trying to do. Like you wouldn't want to edit video or Photoshop or anything on a tablet, I don't think.
yeah, I don't like to do
Maybe just
my
like,
phone I'm good with because I can hold that in one hand, but I feel like a tablet is like a two-handed thing, and then you're trying to do something with it at the same time.
And then I have the case for ours where you prop it up and you have the keyboard, but the keyboard's awful. One's always like falling. Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't.
So I guess laptops are what we like. Anything else, Siobhan?
Anything else? Yes.
Mom.
Are there any mobile apps that will accept RAW files?
I think so, but
I
I
think so too.
like.
but I'm not
I
sure.
guess I just went on
Look
this
it
long
up,
thing about how I
Kyle.
don't like it. So sorry.
Oh, Kyle.
Let me Google that for you.
Yeah, let me Google that.
What else?
Yeah, I've got lots of questions. We can
Wow,
go
wow.
all day.
I'm gonna try to go through these while she talks.
Can you guys make a video on how to read and use a histogram? That would be super helpful. Thanks. I know you've covered it in a video.
What is there to know about Instagram?
No, histogram.
Oh,
She said Instagram.
I have terrible
did we?
enunciation.
yeah.
Do a video
Chapter
about that?
chapter 4 of Stunning Digital Photography has a whole section in video and stuff. So,
Wow, that sounds helpful.
Buy
How
our
can I get
books.
it?
sdp.io /store.
You might have heard of it.
Maybe. When
You
people
might have mentioned it at some
when
point. I
people
don't know.
I've had people be like, I didn't know you guys had a book, and I'm like, plug all the things.
Clearly, we don't plug it enough.
And then other people are like, if I hear about your book one more time, so I don't know what to do.
Can't win.
Can't win. What else
This
do
is
you
the
have there?
internet.
What else do you have there, Siobhan?
How did
Oh my god.
TNC get into YouTube?
Well, we started a publishing company because Tony was writing books for a living and we love photography, so we wanted to write a photography book. And then we said, let's give stuff away for free because that's how the world should work. And then we did.
Yeah, ideally, we'd like to put everything online for free. But we would not be able to eat if we did that. So we have to sell some stuff, and we try to give away.
Well, we
As much
tried
as
to
we
work on
can.
that model. We gave away like 80,000 free books, but then the thing is, every time we try to do stuff for free and then just have like advertising paying for it or something. Well, we tried to do donations and we got $0.
Yeah.
And then we tried to just do it on advertising, but then like they keep changing it so the advertisers make more money, which doesn't make sense because we're doing all the work and the advertisers are making money. So, yeah. So we can't do everything for free.
Yeah, we never set out to be on YouTube. We just put some videos up, and then they became popular, and then we thought, okay, this seems to be the format that's working.
Yeah.
It's not the ideal place for educational content at all.
No.
It's just chaos. Have you ever tried to look up something to learn on YouTube? I guess people probably have,
Yeah, they're here.
but you
not
go through
learning.
so many terrible, terrible things before you actually find something that you're looking for. And I'm always trying to look up science stuff or physics stuff, and there's so much bad content there, and it's completely disorganized too. There's no like, if you want to know about quantum mechanics, you should, follow this process.
It's
just a
also
bunch
not
of random results in no
civil at
order.
all, which I actually think
Right.
detracts from it because we've had people. Siobhan's husband's here to make us dinner.
No, it might be
Um,
your thing.
The UPS.
It could be.
Oh my gosh, our dog's bark is insane. Why does he sound like that?
I don't know. There's something wrong with that.
What's Siobhan's mic? Okay, that's better.
Yeah, so the problem is, let's say you
God.
write a book and you have some misinformation, and we have in our books, and people write us and they'll say, hey, page whatever, I think that you may have gotten this wrong. And it's usually a civil conversation. You'll be like, you're right, I overlooked that, or I spelled that incorrectly. And then that's it. The mistake is fixed and you all go about your day. But we've done things on YouTube where people disagree with us and they try to like take down your whole career, or they try to say that you're like sponsored, or they try to just like take you
Yeah,
down
some kind of conspiracy.
based on speculation. Or so it's really, we had hoped that it would be easier to give away free education, but it's actually just has a set of challenges that I never ever expected.
Yeah, YouTube has cultivated most people are good on YouTube.
Yeah.
But there's a healthy portion of the community that are just like terrible people. And they make it really difficult to put up free content to the point where I have a hard time like recommending, like if Madeline wanted to make educational content, if she wanted to make how-to videos, wouldn't you be a little afraid of the comments that would come in?
Yeah,
for her?
she did, and I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
And we've known people who managed to get like 1 or 2 videos up,
And then
but
stop.
then the world comes at them in the anonymous comments saying awful, appalling things that you would never hear in your normal life, and they're like, I'm never going near that place again.
Yeah,
So we really got off track there, but
but we did.
YouTube is pushing forward free worldwide education, but at the same time, some aspects of the community are holding back the progress of
They're
the free
trying to help
education.
it though. Like they make a lot of people use their own names and stuff like that, and that's not
Yeah.
really working that well. But it's gotten a little better, I think.
Yeah, there are people who are terrible under their own names.
I also filtered out really awful words like racist words and stuff. You can just filter that out. So
yeah,
those
that's a
people-
good start.
There's some filtering that I do so that terrible people can't get the reaction they want. So anyway, Siobhan, we were just babbling that whole time. Do you have any other questions?
Well, I wanted to say that
Great.
someone keeps sending in a picture of an old man that looks like Tony playing a tuba.
Oh.
Send it through.
So
Okay.
So it
I
needs
just
to be
wanted
seen.
to run it by you first. People always send us weird pictures, and I usually delete them, just so you know.
Kind of like the weird pictures.
I don't like you being blindsided on the air.
I like this casual wasp too. Doesn't it look like he's reclining on a little sofa? He's so cute.
Yeah, wasps are some of the coolest looking insects. That picture turned out really good.
Yeah, that is a really nice picture.
Oh, flies
Woo!
going at it.
Oh my god.
That's really what they do
Get
best.
that black bar up.
Gracie.
We have a lot of pictures to go through. I did not
Really?
know macro would be so popular, so I'm going to try to move through them
I
quickly.
want to make the whites white because I feel like
This is a good picture. I would definitely crop it down. And you might, with
I knew
macro
that.
photography, you're always trying to get a higher and higher f-stop. And f5.6 is pretty low. I wouldn't often shoot below like f11.
why do I feel like we have like so much content this show, right? Is that sap? What is that?
I don't
Just, yeah, the shape is
It's
compelling.
phallic sap. That's what I would call that picture. Is that beer?
It sure looks like it. I like that picture a lot. That's
Yeah,
that's the kind of picture you could frame and just put in a bar. I just like it. It's just like an atmospheric picture. It's monochromatic. I love this picture.
I love
5
it.
stars pick.
Wow. They spoke to your beer heart.
They did.
Oh, I accidentally got. Okay.
Oh,
So-
Kyle Wolf.
Oh, Kyle Wolf, great.
Nice.
Great
See this
picture.
little part of your histogram? There's not much there.
Yeah, those. You want those
Oh,
eyes
guys,
to be nice
there's
and
a
white.
relevant question to that.
Okay, go for it.
Someone has asked this a couple times. Tony is always suggesting using the histogram to get a complete highlight and shadow range in many photographs. But should we? Doing this means we will all work with similar tonal palettes and exposure ranges. What about photographs that are beautiful for exactly the opposite reasons, such as massive overexposure or deep, impenetrable blacks and shadow?
But you can tell the difference. So this is not supposed to be that. If it were an all white photo completely blown out with some ethereal figure that was almost blown out except for the face, then we would say, throw away the rules. This is deliberate. If you did not deliberately shoot the picture that way, then follow your histogram. You'll know. If you shot the picture and you said everything's dark but this person's face and the mood is mysterious and they have like a craggy face that's half in shadow and it's showing the duality of his personality or something, you did it right. You probably know better than the histogram. But if you just take a snapshot and it's in daylight and the sky is blown out or something, making the person underexposed, use the histogram. Gotta use a little common sense.
Right in chapter 1 of SDP, I think the last thing I say in the chapter is break rules, but deliberately.
Yeah.
Intentionally, and make it clear visually that you broke the rule deliberately. So don't break it by a little bit, but break it by a lot. So you don't want to just leave like a little bit of the whites clipped. Like do it a lot or don't do it at all.
And you also have to consider the subject of the photo, which here I think is the iris. So you want that properly exposed.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little more depth of field.
I
on
like the
this.
detail in the
High
eye. That's
f-stop number.
pretty cool. Is that Kyle's eye? Does Kyle have a beautiful eye? Tell us,
I don't
Kyle.
know. Yeah, it is pretty. I've taken pictures of eyes before and had them not turn out so
This
nice.
is a really cool picture. I like that it's abstract.
It's
Yeah,
not
I
his
like
eye.
it too.
Oh, Kyle. Come on.
Why so sad?
Kyle.
Why aren't your eyes that beautiful, Kyle?
Kyle, I believed in you. I'm just experimenting. I don't know if it actually needs this. A little bit of contrast.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think I liked it the way they had it. It's very cool. Shallow depth of field.
Just need something? I
So-
think it needs like one other thing.
So this picture, for an example of the histogram discussion we were just having, you can see this is the subject and it's a little bit underexposed. And if you look at the histogram, it's a little bit empty over here.
I actually didn't mind the original exposure.
Well,
But I don't mind your edit. Oh, you're right. That's better.
Yeah, there's no visual interest in the background, and it's not blank enough to be negative space.
Yeah, my eye just didn't rest anywhere. This is another good like atmospheric picture. Again, I'd probably spread the histogram
this one
out a
would go
little
well
more.
with the beer picture. Whoa.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything to that ice?
No, I'm gonna try to move along a little quicker because look how many pictures we have, and I know I want to see Tuba playing Tony
Tony.
Northrup. Yeah,
Yeah, but with the ice, I want to do split toning.
I think it's Saul, right? Do your split tone.
Oh, it's
Wow,
Saul.
really?
I thought that they just did the zoom in thing. That's okay. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, look at this guy.
Damselfly,
Coin.
Penny,
That
accurate.
looks great.
Yes.
Oh, I like these. But I think
Another
that's
atmospheric.
beer
Yeah, I like that
person?
one a lot.
Oh, how'd you even?
Yeah, I love that like high key look. Like
That's
he's
great.
posing for a stock photo.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Whoa.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I love the lighting and the
I
mood
love it.
there.
Oh, this
That
guy's adorable.
Is one of the closest pictures. I just want to actually zoom in on that.
Wow.
That is just remarkable. Beautiful
is.
shot. 5 stars.
Pick.
Yeah. That's an f14. The very high f-stop number.
Wow.
But look how shallow that depth of field is. Like, look at his legs here. Just completely out of focus. Focus stacking is a good thing to do there.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful shot. Oh, is that like fake solar flare?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, guys. Is that rice?
I think it's rice.
Oh my god.
Got close to
you
that
guys.
EM10. A little bit of motion blur there, but it's such a cool picture
Ever
because of the
s-
panning. I love that
I love the
shot.
panning, and ever since
5
Honey, I
stars.
Shrunk the Kids, I really like ants.
Yeah, they did a lot for the ant
They
community.
did. I just see them as having a personality now.
Not many people know that that was sponsored by the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Ants.
Okay.
That joke almost worked.
I
Yeah,
know, I
almost.
stepped on it.
You had too many martinis. What are you, 3 deep now?
Yeah, but it's kind of a watered down martini. This whole like mixing alcohol and caffeine thing has me talking pretty
Yeah,
fast.
people said you should do this more often because you are on tonight.
Oh, they like
They
this?
thought it was the drunk, but it's the drunk with the.
Yeah,
caffeine
yeah,
for
it's a good
sure.
combination. Oh, I'm glad you're hanging out for a while, Siobhan, 'cause I'm going to be like this for the next 7 to 8 hours.
Awesome.
And then
Have a late
I'm going to
night.
crash hard. This is a gorgeous picture.
This is
I
gorgeous.
love the reflections and the color here. What do you think, Siobhan?
It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that too.
We're all gonna reiterate gorgeous.
I just love seeing mechanisms close up.
Me too.
I also like mechanisms.
My eye doesn't rest anywhere here. Just
My
Is
eyes
that
won't
stuff?
rest.
in there.
I don't know. This
No,
makes
it
me
just needs a
nervous.
focal point.
Yeah, it looks like roots.
It looks like spaghetti.
Wow, what is going on?
Oh my god.
How much beetle is there underneath that shell?
What is happening?
I don't know.
This is getting.
Like, look at all that extra body that it has
But it's a
under that.
beautiful picture.
Yeah, I'm sorry to be
That's
distracted
a
by.
good sign if
Beetle
we
got back.
beetle got back. Popular in the beetle community now.
Wow.
A sack of
Ew. A sack
That-
of spiders.
Yeah, I'm not easily creeped
Oh,
out, but that's
God.
some creepy stuff.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I'm sorry to be moving so fast. We just want to try to. We're just going to try to hit the highlights because we have so many pictures to go through.
Oh,
What do you think? Deliberately low key?
well,
They clearly did it deliberately.
I think it would be like low key, but this should still be exposed a little more, don't you think?
Yeah, it's compelling. It
It is.
definitely stopped me, but
But you could even do a little more.
Yeah. most of the time you just want one small part that's bright. Just it actually makes the blackness of it more obvious.
What good is the light without a
some
darkness
contrast.
to put it in, Tony?
There you go. Is that like a saying, or did you just make that up?
That's a saying.
Who said that?
I don't know. I forgot. Albert Einstein.
Yeah,
Nope.
you just tribute everything to Einstein.
No. No.
I really like this picture. I
do
don't
too.
know. I like the original colors. I'm just gonna move it a little more off center.
I don't know why I want it to be a color.
Yeah.
I just want it to, like, I don't even know. I want something.
Yeah, it was okay with the original color. Sometimes you often make it better.
I do, but I don't know
Not this time,
what.
but other times.
Oh my goodness, please. Use some off.
That is really cool. Oh, is it dead? That is a really close picture of a mosquito.
That is
That's cool.
interesting.
I like the fingernail that you put it on. Oh, this is some creepy stuff. What is that? That
is,
bug.
I don't know, but he's spooky.
Yeah, that's a cool picture. Bees on flowers, beetles doing it, moths flying, pollen covered. That's a cool picture. Bees on flowers.
I think you scared everyone away
I like
from
that picture. Beautiful.
tweeting the White House. So, thanks.
I think that's probably a good thing.
Sorry to be skipping through these so fast. We just have so many to go through. I love this picture. The mood and the lighting on it is great. This is an intense close-up. I wish we had some metadata for this because this is about as close as I've ever seen a fly photo. You can see in the individual eyelets. Look at this crazy detail.
That is,
This is just insane. I've
incredible.
never taken a picture this close up. This is
oh my goodness.
freaky.
Oh God.
Wow.
This must be some image stacking stuff, right? I can't.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Okay, you get 5 stars for that insanity. That's where we started, right?
No tuba, Tony?
I got to re-import.
He's in there, guys.
Do you have questions or comments,
I do.
Siobhan?
People are talking a lot about bug porn.
I love that stuff.
Someone gave us a recipe for peach daiquiris. Sounds
Okay.
awesome.
I'm on board with that.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Better yet, just send us peach daiquiris.
What's the most expensive lens you've ever used?
Probably a 500 millimeter.
Yeah, maybe. We used the 400 f2.8 before. Remember in Utah we rented that thing, and that
Oh,
might be more
yeah.
expensive. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I think it was more expensive. That.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't. It's not an exciting story. I don't have like some extreme lens that I've used.
Having used lots of those fast prime telephoto lenses like the 400 millimeter f4, have you ever lost a great shot because you have no zoom ability? How impractical can it be?
I mean, there have been a couple of times when you're doing wildlife photography and a bird actually gets too close, and you're like, I wish I could get it,
Yeah.
but not often.
Tony, I just want you to comment on tuba, Tony. First
Yeah.
of all, that's not a. I don't think that's a tuba.
No, it's a trombone. Tony used to play.
Well, that's the uncanny part. Is that is not a tuba, that's a trombone. But I did play trombone. I don't suppose Google could actually find a picture of me.
Oh my god, you have Benjamin Button disease.
The
That is
secret's
past
out.
That
Tony.
explains his obsession. Finally.
And his gorgeous skin.
People have faulted Tony for being
No.
too smooth.
I hoped that Google would have a picture of me playing a trombone. They do not, but this is what it would look like pretty much. Except I had just a wicked mullet when I was in high school and playing the trombone in the marching band.
And your hair wasn't gray then.
Does that guy look like me though, or does he just have gray hair?
I can kind of see it.
I
Yeah.
see it a little.
It
And he's
might be the
playing trombone.
goatee.
Yeah, maybe the goatee too.
I
Okay.
have a goatee once. There are 3 tuba Tonys.
Oh, he sent in like 8 because he was just waiting for it to get through.
What What time is it? Oh, it's after 6.
Phone master.
So we'll do a quick scan of these pictures. Do you have anything else for us, Siobhan?
Yeah.
Is that like a tiny
Heck yeah.
B-2 bomber model? I don't know. It's weird to see a macro picture of an airplane.
Question.
Oh my goodness.
That's beautiful.
Stop.
Why, when importing a raw file from Lightroom to Photoshop, does it go from 40 megabytes to 250 plus megabytes? Why such a massive difference in size? Is that a thing that you've
Importing
experienced? From
a raw
Lightroom
file
to
from
Photoshop?
Lightroom to Photoshop. I don't know. Maybe because it has to convert it into a 16-bit TIFF, and the raw file probably didn't have 16 bits. What you gonna do? You can
This
actually
picture-
go into the preferences and change whether it imports as an 8-bit or a 16-bit. But you probably still want it to be 16-bit because you probably don't want to throw away a bunch of data. So, nailed that one.
Wow. This picture's amazing.
Isn't it though? I don't know if the ant is actually going to grab that little fly, but it sure looks
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
adorable. Look at his hairdo.
And how did they get both those? The depth of field is so shallow, but
Yeah.
How did? Maybe it's a comp.
and maybe it's a comp. It gives no. If it's a comp, it's a pretty perfect comp. It's a fascinating picture. It looks like something out of a monster movie.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we gotta. There's just a lot of negative space there. Cool picture.
That was very cool. This fly is beautiful.
Yeah, I would crop that one down too.
What is this? Some kind of strange creamsicle ladybug?
Yeah, be careful with the focus there. It's back a little bit, and all you can do, put your camera on continuous focus, hold the shutter down, just keep clicking, and move your body in and out just a little bit. Here you want the near eye in focus. It's a little bit behind, but also you have to keep in mind that people are going to be looking at this big part of the shell here, so you want more of this in focus. You also probably want to be at a little bit higher f-stop, like f8 or f11.
Yeah. Oh.
This needs water droplets or a bug to land on it. Oh, look at this. That's gorgeous.
Wow.
What is he up to?
Might be over sharpened a little bit. I would just ease off in the sharpening,
But
but
it looks good.
yeah, it's got a lot of pop to it. Great lighting to it. Nice picture, but needs a focal point.
Had some interesting lines. What? Dog eye?
Is that what that is? A little bit
Looks like it.
unsharp, yeah.
Wow.
Wasps, airplane.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
that is very cool.
Wow. They're beautiful colors. Look at their eyes.
What are people saying, Siobhan? I'll just keep going through pictures because we just have way too many.
Ooh.
Beautiful flower.
Creamy.
Someone asked about any comment on the new Nikon lenses.
Oh, yeah, we talked about them earlier.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're expensive.
Cool.
We'll find out.
Oh,
Which
I like
prime
that.
T-mount lenses would Tony recommend?
Prime T-mount lenses? Yeah, I've not used any of the T-mount lenses. T-mount is this like universal kind of connector that you can mount on different cameras. So, of course, it's manual focus only, and generally the T-mount lenses don't tend to be good quality. So for that reason, we don't tend to test or recommend them. Sorry, I don't have a better answer.
That's okay. Chelsea, I know you do a lot of dodging and burning in portraits. Do you use it a lot in macro shots, like she said this one, which was way earlier in the show, like that leaf shot with the mini hairs? Maybe bring them out.
Yeah, I would use dodging and burning in something like that.
Dodging and burning, selectively darkening and brightening parts of your picture.
Mm-hmm.
For those that don't know. Yeah, it's one of the most basic photo editing skills. Yeah, good edit. It was definitely just a little flat, a little washed out. That's why I
Yeah.
get to look at the histogram.
Crisp.
But I love the use of
Crisper.
lines in the picture. The composition is just beautiful. Oh, little tree
Oh
frog.
my gosh,
He's
he is
gorgeous.
adorable.
Yeah, just beautiful.
Whoa, even when he closes his eye, he can see through his eye.
It's like little fences.
That's super cool. I love that picture. Even one. Bees.
Wait,
oh,
the
you
camera's
can't.
there.
Yeah.
Wow.
The camera's behind the door.
I did not know that.
John's closing the door. Oh, I love this picture. That is so cool.
That is cool.
That was cute, the sprouts, but that wasn't macro. Whoa.
Nice.
Hello.
Yeah, it's
Not
hard to call
macro.
that macro either, but very cool. I don't know
macro.
that macro either, but very cool. I don't know what's going on there.
Welding?
No.
But it was with wood.
Snake.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I like the idea of welding
I
wood.
bet they just like burning wood. Oh my gosh, is that one of those glass lizards? Those
I don't-
terrify me.
The depth of field is so shallow, I can't believe they got the eyes in focus, but they seem to have. I wish I knew what f-stop that was
Ugh.
taken at.
Or a skink.
Beetles doing, okay. I think we've cycled
Okay.
through everything now.
Somebody had an interesting Twitter question
Whoa.
that, you know, I don't see too often, but just wanted to ask if you had any help on editing photos for someone who's colorblind.
No.
I thought that might be the case.
I mean, most
just
people
sounded
that are
interesting.
colorblind can tell the difference between most colors. They only confuse a couple of them.
I think if
Yeah,
you
if,
do, like,
if you don't know, our eyes, just like a camera sensor, have red, blue, and green receptors as well as receptors for brightness, luminosity.
so you
People
could
who
be
are
red.
colorblind, most of them have, like, they've lost, the red ones all show up as green ones, or the blue ones all show up as red ones, that kind of thing. So they see, like, red and green as the same thing, but they also see blues. So they only see, like, the difference between these two colors mixed together. Almost nobody sees things in black and white. That's kind of a myth.
I'm Googling it.
Right. So, I mean, I guess adjusting like skin tones would be hard. Otherwise, you're not really trying to adjust colors very often in a photo. And you
No.
can still just lower in your color wheel certain.
I'm kind of thinking through it as I talk, but I think your challenge is, well, white balance could be an issue. In which case, what I suggest doing is doing a custom white balance. So if we go into the develop module here, you can, for the white balance, you can use the dropper here and then click on something in the picture that you know should be white. And that will usually get you
Pretty
where the
close.
white balance should be. And that's more accurate than even people who can see full spectrum color. So I would do that. And then as you look at the histogram, you'll be able to also see the histogram, this type of histogram, you'll be able to see the red, blue, and green separately. So this can often give you a clue that a picture is too blue because you'll see a bunch of blues in the pictures, but not reds and yellows. But of course, you were colorblind, so you wouldn't be able to see the
Yeah, that's
differences
what I was wondering.
in the histogram.
Oh
I
my
guess
God,
all I can
what a
think of
conundrum.
is either use auto white balance or use a custom white balance based on the picture. That's all I got. But I'm not colorblind and I haven't thought this through.
Or use a seeing eye dog.
A seeing eye dog, Siobhan, great suggestion.
Also colorblind.
I'm sorry. That's a bad answer. And dogs are colorblind.
Dogs are not colorblind.
What? Really?
They see blues and reds.
Yeah, they have a limited
Well,
spectrum.
they would
Yeah, I
be
think they just have two
the
receptors.
same as humans that are colorblind. It's just
Yeah, you're right.
limited. Colorblind is a misnomer.
How would
guys.
it communicate that? It'd be like, one bark if it's blue.
Yeah.
Wow, we were not helpful at all.
People want a review of the P900, I guess.
Oh.
Most people
Why
cared.
did you even ask? So many camera reviews.
I know. I guess we,
Oh.
oh,
Apparently, there is a mode for blindness in Photoshop.
Wow.
Maybe they just test your color knowledge and adjust
Yeah,
accordingly.
I wonder what that would be like. We could certainly simulate in Photoshop what somebody who was colorblind would see, but I don't know what they would do to help out a colorblind person. But now I want to look into it.
Right.
I know, like in video games I play, it turns red to bright blue.
Oh, just so they can perceive a little more contrast?
Right, right.
Oh, yeah. That could be bad if like a bad guy was blending into a background when he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
Hmm.
Any other questions or comments before we go see if your husband has
None
made his
that look
dinner yet?
interesting to me, but because I'm not a photo nerd.
Sorry, the rest of you who made comments that didn't interest Siobhan. Try harder next
There's
time.
only a few. They're just camera things that you've probably already answered.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. We're here every Thursday at 5 o'clock, New York City time.
I'm here every night.
That's true, you are.
I just don't know how to
We
do
just
it.
don't
so
let
I
them
just-
tune in.
Yeah.
Our sponsor is Squarespace. Thank you.
Oh
They
my gosh,
set up
thank you, Squarespace.
awesome websites for you. They make it very easy to make your pictures look fantastic. You don't have to be a nerd. They make it absolutely beautiful. They work on mobile devices, give you full analytics. They allow everybody to set up a store where you can sell products if you want.
It's affordable.
What does it start at, Chelsea?
$8 per month.
$8.99, right? And then if they want 10% off, they can go to
Says
squarespace.com/Tony.
$8, but whatever.
And they get a 14-day free trial, no coupon code required. And if after that 14-day free trial you decide to sign up, use the coupon code PHOTONEWS and get an additional 10% off. What a bargain. They're our sponsors. Thank you, Squarespace. Reason for our portfolios, I really do rule. We will see you next week when the theme is... I already forgot the theme.
Comps.
Composites. Blending multiple parts of different pictures together seamlessly so that people don't know that bird was from a different picture. Okay, guys. See you next week.
Get out of here.
Here's Tigar.
Go home.
That is all.